So for me, this is my favorite time of year. Fall is the epitome of my absolute favorite. So I don't know about you, but there's magic in the season. Welcome back and thank you. Hello, this is Kristen with Enchanted Yarnworks. And truly, honestly, this is my absolute favorite season of the year. Fall is the epitome of calm and comfort and just it's a beautiful season. I love the color changes. I love the temperature changes. The air kind of settles more, gets a little thicker. The sound travels slower and is not as intense. I know there's just something cozy and calming about this season. If you would agree with the sentiment, go ahead and let me know down below. But so I digress. So today, I'll be honest with you, I got a little writer's block and I was running out of ways to be creative with my crochet in the season. I don't know. So what I did, not gonna lie, is I went to my AI platform and I asked it to write me an October themed crochet granny square pattern. So it might be a little fun today. So please hang out. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already, and click that notification bell to so you'll know, when my next videos come out. And if you'd like to, please show me some love when clicking that like button. So without further ado, come out and hang with me today, and we're gonna see what AI thinks is an October themed pattern. Okay, so today we are going to have a little AI journey. I decided I wanted to do something a little bit different and see what kind of granny square AI can create for us that for October. And it gave us Autumn Spice Granny Square. Now it did give us a worsted weight yarn, but I want to use my Stylecraft DK because I have so many colors in it and I actually don't have all these colors in a worsted weight in the brand of yarn I would want to use. I think I have it in my Caron Simply Soft, but I don't really want to use that right now for a granny square. So with that being said, I just changed my yarn type and weight. Otherwise, it's all the same. Of course, the size of the finished square is going to be smaller than the 6x6 that it suggests here in the pattern, but that's okay. So we're going to just wing it here. It's going to be AI and we're going to see how it works out. If it doesn't, and that's okay, then it's still fun and it's kind of a baseline, and I can always tweak this later and make it a usable working pattern if it's kind of a flop. So hey, stick around and we're going to get on this. All right, now what we're using are 3 different colors. I'm deciding to use my Stylecraft Special DK. I absolutely love working with this yarn. The texture is great. I like DK weights. And I have a lot of colors. If you saw my videos during Granny Square Week, you will see that I have so many colors. And Stylecraft Special DK has over 100 colors and shades, and I absolutely love every bit about that. However, as of today, in October, I used to get, this is not a nod at, or any jab at anybody, I used to get these through lovecrafts.com, and unfortunately in the United States, you can't get them currently from them right now, but I can get them through Woolbox. So if you are in the United States and you want to snag yourself some Stylecraft Special DK, go to Woolbox. They have them. And they still are a pretty good price. So yay for that. Anywho, I digress. Colors we're using today are, color A is, we need a pumpkinish color. And the closest one that I currently have is this orangey color, which is, believe it or not, called Tomato. I know. But it kind of went with the colors. I didn't want a super bright orange with this. I I kind of like the muted orangey color that this is. And then we need a burnt red or maroon color. And I'm going with Claret, which, let me pull this out a little bit so you can see. It's kind of this nice maroon color. And then for the last color is a mustard yellow or gold, and I'm going straight with the gold color yarn. And I like to do these little swatches, just like this, on clothespins, so that I have them all together and I can see them and I can put them together and know what's going to look nice. So that's what I like to do. If you're wondering what in the world is your yarn wrapped in, this, I like to cake these because they kind of fit better in my cabinet. And I put this thread saver mesh over them, which I'll link down below. But it comes in a 40 yard bundles, and they're just a nylon like this, and you cut them the length that you need and wrap it up in there. You want to see how I use it? I do have another video where I did a yarn haul, and it's actually called yarn haul, excuse me. And I did I did some caking in that video with my Stanwood yarn winder, which I absolutely love. Also, we need some scissors, of course. Our yarn needles. Here's my, I use it all the time, my lovely little tin. All this is linked down below. And then we are using a 4mm crochet hook today. I'm just using my simple ones that I picked up on Amazon because I don't need to spend a lot of money right now on super expensive hooks. And if you're just starting out, by all means, don't think you need to buy the expensive ones. You really don't. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So it's a granny square, so we're going to be starting out with our pumpkin. Let me raise this up just a bit. I feel like I'm super close. Our pumpkin color. And so also I want to say, when I pull from the middle, this keeps everything contained. It doesn't get wonky or unravel or anything. And as this cake shrinks, it shrinks it down and holds it nice and tight. So it's a no-brainer for me to have my cakes wrapped in that thread saver. All right, let's see. So we're doing a magic ring, but you could do the chain 4 slip stitch method to form a ring if you wanted. And then we need chain 3, 2 and 3, there it is. And now we need 11 double crochets. Okie dokie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and here's 11. And that first chain 3 counts as the 12th double crochet. Alrighty, next page. Join to the top of the beginning chain. Okay, we can do that. Easy peasy. Join with a slip stitch. There we go. And then this is the end of this color. Okay, so I'm going to finish this off, and then I'm going to weave in my ends. Oops. So that it's not a hot mess to be working with. And we can start over with the next round with a fresh beginning circle. So I'm just going to go ahead and weave in all of these ends, and I will be right back with you. Okay, here we have our starting circle, everything finished off and woven in. So what we need now is our burnt red / maroon color, which for us is Claret. And it says to join color B with a slip stitch into any double crochet stitch. So I'm just going to go right into the top of random, this one right here. And slip stitch we go. Now we're going to chain 3 and then work a double crochet in the same space it says. A little bit closer. Okay. All right, and then 2 double crochets in the next stitch. Okay, and now we have making a corner. So in our next stitch, we are doing 2 treble crochets, a chain 2, and then 2 treble crochets. Okay. Now 2 double crochets in the next stitch, and then 2 in the one after that. And then repeat, because we are going to make another corner. So 2 treble crochets, chain 2, and 2 treble crochets, and 2 double crochets twice, all right. And now we have 2 treble crochets. So wait, that was our first. Wait, 2 more times. Yep. Chain 2. Okay, and 2 doubles. And 2 doubles. Okay, and then last we have 2 treble crochets in the same as our starting chain. And then chain 2. And slip stitch to the top of chain 3. Okie dokie. Oh, that's definitely interesting. Okay. Right, so now we are going to fasten this off and go to our gold color. So let me go ahead and finish this off. I'm going to pause and weave in these ends so they're not a problem. I will be right back. Alrighty, here we are. It's our beginning square. We shall see where this goes. Okay, so now we are using our gold color, mustard color. And it says join color C with a slip stitch in any chain 2 corner space. Okay. Just randomly choosing one. And then chain 3. And work 2 double crochets in the same. Okay. And then chain 2, and then work 3 more double crochets. So we're making the corner. Okay. One, two. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. All right, so it wants us to go ahead here in the middle and do 3 double crochets. And then 3 double crochets, chain 2 in the corner. And then 3 double crochets again. And then in the middle of all these guys, I have 3 double crochets. And then back to the corner. And then after that, we just join with a slip stitch over here in the top of our chain 3. Okay. And then we are going to change colors back to our orange color. So let me go ahead and tie that off, and I will be right back. Here we are. Now we're going to join color A, which is our deep orange, in any corner space with a slip stitch. And then chain 1. And we are doing single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet. Just like so. Okay, let me turn the page. And now it says to work 1 single crochet in each of the 9 stitches across. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, now single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet. And then we're going to do this again. just 9 all the way down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and we just continue this all the way around, and then we will slip stitch in the end. Okay, there's 9, and we are going to slip stitch into the first single crochet to join, like so. Okay. This is definitely going to need to be blocked, as we can see. Okay, so let me tie this off because we are changing colors one more time to our claret. Right, last round, we are doing a shell border. So we are joining this color in any chain two space with a slip stitch. Okay, and then 6 double crochets in the, chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. And then 6 in the same space. So it's going to be 7 shells in the corner total, because that chain is going to count. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so skip 1 single crochet and slip stitch into the next, right? 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, chain 1 and 3, 1, 2, 3. That's in our next stitch. Okay, and then it says skip 2 and then slip stitch, skip 2 and slip stitch, and now we are working 3 . Actually, I think we just need to skip 1 and then do a shell. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then 7 in the corner here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whoops, 7. Okay. Skip 1 and slip stitch. And we're doing the sides again, just like we just did. So 3 double crochets and chain 1, and then 3 double crochets in that same stitch. Skip to slip stitch. Okay, now we are slip stitching to the top of chain 3. Okay, so here we are at the end, and yeah, some things are weird with this pattern, and that's okay. Like we have, I noticed in the beginning here we have 2 sets of 3 double crochets here, or 3 sets of 2. But yet when we go on the other sides, we have 2 sets of 4, or 4 sets of 2, because it has 2. Yeah. So, I mean, things are a little bit weird on one side. And then how we finish this up, and as you see, like as I went around, I kind of had to tweak the instructions on the sides because they weren't quite lining up. But that's okay. I mean, the pattern finish isn't so bad. I just need to tweak it a little bit, and then it could be much more of a usable pattern, which is great. So, all right, let me clean this up. I'm going to block this with my Knit IQ blocking mats. I will have those linked down below for the Amazons. Reminder, anything that I post down below for my associate link, I may receive a commission for if you choose to purchase through those links. So if you do, thank you in advance. If you decide not to go that route, that's okay too. But yeah, let me go ahead and clean this up and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I'm not disappointed. I mean, it's AI. AI is hit or miss with these things, sometimes, a lot of times. It's a total flop. But this one, there's a lot of potential here. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I can see how that can use a little bit of tweaking, and then we'd have a good pattern. So please make sure you keep an eye out, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to have something updated coming up soon for this one. I'm not truly, completely disappointed in this, like I said. So if you like this video, please show me some love and click that like button. If you're not already subscribed, please consider doing so, and make sure your notification bell is dinged so you know when I have my next video comes out. And I want to say thank you again for hanging out with me today. It was a true pleasure, and I hope you enjoyed this video for whatever it's worth. Education, fun, either one is fine. I enjoy both when it comes to crocheting things and with some yarn. So again, want to say thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you in my next video.